YouTube viewers, Rectangular back, this time with another haul video. So you may have seen in my last haul video where I got the WWE Elite Farouk. He was in a lot with the other gentleman from this series, the APA Protection gentleman, and I just got the Farouk because I wanted to use him as a custom Luke Cage or a kit bash Luke Cage. So here you can see the head from the SDCC exclusive Thunderbolts Luke Cage on that body. It does sit just a little bit high, but overall I really like the way it looks. I'll probably shave down that peg just a little bit so that it will the head will fit on there just a little bit better, but overall not too bad. The picture I shared on Facebook, the angle I took it at with my phone, it looked pretty bad, but it looks much better in person. It's just kind of hard to show. One of my Facebook friends, BD Earl, Big Daddy Earl, suggested I use the head from this Titus figure. So I got him off of eBay. I think I paid $9.50 shipped, so not too bad. There's nothing special about this figure, but the head I think is going to look great for Luke Cage. If I can't pull it off in pictures, this SDCC Luke Cage head, if it still looks too big in pictures, then I'll end up using this Titus head. And also I have some bodies. I can use that the torso and arms for another Luke Cage. I've got some other wrestling figures here that I was thinking about doing kit bashes with. So I have this I can't remember, it's a Luke Harper figure, and it's a basic as well. And then I have this John Cena. So what I'll probably end up doing is taking the torso off of this figure and swapping it with this one, and then putting this torso on these legs, and that way I can have another Luke Cage. It won't be as articulated. It's going to have this basic articulation, but I'll have I can paint or sculpt a shirt on that one, just because the Farouk body's got a black t-shirt on, and Luke Cage sometimes has a black t-shirt on, sometimes he has a white t-shirt on, sometimes he has a yellow t-shirt on, and sometimes he has a white tank top on. So it just gives me different options. I don't know if I'm gonna go with a white or yellow t-shirt. I might just go white because yellow is already on the SDCC Luke Cage, and I'd probably just end up covering up the Thunderbolts logo that's on his shoulder. So anyway, wish me luck with that. And also I get these guys out of the way, from my friend Dave Castle. He casted the Tony Stark, but he's actually calling it the Billionaire Playboy Philanthropist. So for legal reasons, he can't be calling it Iron Man or Tony Stark. So hopefully that's showing up on camera. But this is from the UK exclusive Iron Man that came in that 5-pack. So we may or may not ever see that figure get a single card release. So he was able to get this from Harvey and cast it. So he's got these up on his eBay store, and I think on the ACBA web store as well. So yeah, he does really good work. This is a excellent cast, and looks really nice painted up. I'm not sure if he's still selling painted versions, but I know he has been on Facebook, and don't know if he's going to continue to do that. So get him if you don't have any painting skills. Definitely try to get one now before he gets done doing the painted versions. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next set of items. Next up we have a set of 4 Plan B Special Forces figures. These all came from the same seller. He had 2 different lots, and I got them actually from the same guy who I got the 2 I did in my last haul video from. And I'd hit him up saying, hey, how much of a discount will you give me if I, just buy the remaining 2 lots that you had? And he wasn't really willing to budge, so I pulled the trigger on one set, and then the other set didn't sell. So then he offered to take off $5 and ship them all together, and that worked for me. So I think all in all, I got them all for, I think, like $12.50 each shipped, so not too shabby. Like I said before, these things are becoming more and more difficult to find. Great sculpt and accessories and paint, but the articulation is where you're suffering. They do have interchangeable heads, which is nice, and I do have some spare heads for these guys. I actually already have I have one of these, each of these heads already, so I'll probably end up doing some repaints on some of them, and maybe sculpt some beards, etc. on there, just so I can have some different variety for these guys. The one thing I hadn't got in previous Plan B figures is this MP5 is new to me. It's really nice. All the Plan B figures weapons are really nice, hard plastic, but the only gripe I have is that the magazine, or I'm sorry, the stock is all the way collapsed, so it kind of bangs into his thumb a little bit, so that's kind of a disappointment there. Hopefully on Marvel Legends it'll fit a little bit better. I'll have to test that out. They all come with, this guy comes with a pistol, and then the rest of them all come with knives that are removed out of the holster, or the scabbards there. And 3 of the guys came with flashlights, and this guy came with a hand grenade. I think I might have a couple of other hand grenades. I don't remember, but that could be the only Plan B hand grenade that I have. So that was cool to get as well. And then they all come with the rest. The other 3 came with these really nice AR-15s. So very, very cool. Happy to have. I think I have 5 of these guys now in the green camo, and then I have 4 in the brown or desert camo, and then I have a police guy in black, 1 in gray, and then a couple in blue. These, none of these guys have helmets, but some of the cops have helmets and or ski masks, so I wish I had some more of those heads to swap out with these. But and then it came with this, it's basically just green gauze material, like ghillie suit type of stuff, so may or may end up not ever using this, but I guess it's cool to have. Anyway, with that, let's move on to the next set of items. Next up from Toy Biz, we have the Lord of the Rings Return of the King Legolas with horse. Now, you may have seen in my previous video, I picked up the Aragorn Deluxe Horse and Rider set, and I mentioned I was trying to get several different horses that all looked different, so I definitely wanted a white one to go with the brown and dark brown of the other 2 that I already picked up. So found this guy on eBay. Seller had it for make best offer, so I got a pretty good deal on him. And the horse looks like it's got some yellowing going on in the rubber section, which is basically the neck and head area, but I can definitely touch that up with some white paint, so I'm not too worried about that. The Legolas, I might be able to use that for a Asgardian, background character, but the bow and arrows I'm excited to get. I already have a Legolas that was single carded that I pretty much just got for the bow and arrows to use with my hand ninjas, so probably they work better with the Figma ninjas, but I know that I can split the hand on the Hasbro Marvel Legends. If you cut that opening, you can fit a bow in there. So we'll just have to see. More than likely, I'll end up just either using them with my articulated icons, red ninjas, since they're all not going to come with bows. Just the deluxe ones will. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Rounding out my collection of horses, we have the McFarlane Headless Horseman rider set. This comes with a really nice tree, which I'll move the horse here in a second so you can take a look at that. A lot of people in the community have this, and it took me a while to find it for a decent price. I stopped looking for a while. It did come in a box, the original box, but the box is kind of beat up, so I didn't want to have to put it back in the box, and the more you move it around, the worse shape it's going to get into. So yeah, this is a really cool horse. Unlike the Lord of the Rings horses, this one does not have a gimmick, so you don't have to, the legs are a lot more posable, at least the front legs are. The back legs, I'm not too sure. I can't remember if the Toy Biz ones have another point of articulation, but not a big deal. And they're pretty much the same size, so that helps as well. And this thing is in pretty good condition. It looks like maybe some glue was added to the front harness here. It looks a little bit shiny, glossy, so not too bad. I don't know if I can maybe add some brown paint to that, make it look not quite so glossy. But yeah, I don't care about the rider. Cape might be useful for something, but I'll probably just throw them in a bin, and if I decide to sell this down the road, I'll have the rider. The sword is pretty bent. I don't know that it comes that way, but let's get him out of the way and take a look at the horse. Very cool, nice simple saddle, which I like a lot. And yeah, he's got his open mouth, which is also nice, and nice big mane. The tail is a little bit clunky, I think. It's quite long, but not too shabby, and really love this display base. There's a lot of people been using this with their Yoda and Luke setups, and especially now that we had that Halloween based theme for the World Tournament, a lot of people were using stuff similar to this. So it'd be nice to have another one, but I'll probably just end up using some debris from the yard to make a bigger diorama for this thing. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the last set of items. Finally this week from Soda Toys, we have the Charmed Paige and Piper. This is from Series 2. You may have seen that I previously did a review on the Phoebe, and I'm going to do reviews on these as well, and then I'll be able to build the entire base that when you combine all three figures, it makes a large display base. So that was a primary reason for getting these. The figures are not bad. They're a little bit on the fragile side. If you own any of the Buffy figures from Diamond Select, these are very similar to those. So hopefully I won't have any breakage issues. I can already see Piper looks like her arm might be a little bent there in the package, but pretty good paint and sculpt. You know, I can use these for different background characters, and that's, you know, the main reason I got them. Other than the props and the backdrop are pretty nice as well. Alright, with that, hopefully you guys liked the video. You share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I always love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
That's crispy.